And so, yeah, so 3 years I've been modding today, and I really wasn't going to mod. My friend Mark asked me to mod, and I didn't expect that because I'd never modded before, right? And I really had a lot of doubts accepting it. But this is something I've talked about before, and I want to talk about it now to kind of wrap things up. This is why I've really why I care so much about my friend Mark, is that he was so supportive even then. Like, we'd know each other on stream maybe 2.5 months at that point. And he just said, look, you're going to be fine. I know you'll be able to do it. You're doing it already. The only difference is that I'm now giving you the authority to ban or time out, and then you can do shout outs and stuff like that. But you're already doing it, and I really didn't see that. So, but, if it come from somebody else, I probably would have said no, but I couldn't, there's no way I could say no to Mark even then, because knowing his professional background at that point, and just before that, I saw that's what influenced me to do music the way I like a music production stream, even my own way. Mark is a professional producer, and he did this is a video I'm glad he's posted on his YouTube, where he had written a jingle for Stella Rosa wines. This was, again, near this Christmas of 2020. So this is a few months, 2-3 months, 2.5 months after I got to hang out in the stream. He actually streamed the recording session where he brought in his friend Jane Rio, who's a phenomenal streamer here on Twitch as well. Let me give her a shout out. He saw Jane was the perfect person to do the vocals for and she was Mark was bang on him on that. Definitely check Jane out. And so that stream meant so much to me, and does to this day, because that influenced me. I was just doing strictly gaming and Twitch Sings, which was a karaoke platform, best there ever was. So what I do since then is just to kind of emulate Twitch Sings, some of the spirit of Twitch Sings. Twitch Sings, if anybody knows it, was one of a kind, But so at this point, that's basically what I was doing, and then I never thought about music in any way in a stream. And if it wasn't for Mark and me seeing that stream, I wouldn't be even attempting to do music. And there was a lot of growth for modding for me personally as a human being. And how do I deal with people? Because I'm more, generally speaking, I've been more introverted. And modding for me was a way to myself grow that way. So, and I've noticed that in other mods. I know you'll understand this. Especially you've got to of course you got to follow your boss and what they want, but in time I feel you've got to find your own voice on how to do that. So my approach as a mod which is what I've learned from Mark, especially so, is Mark is a person who wants everyone to feel at home in his streams, and I mean everyone, regardless of where they've been in life or whatever. Some people in certain streams, I'm not dissing. I'm just saying that I've noticed that too in some streams. Certain people, or how they are in streams, they're kind of not really wanted there. They're not shunned, but they're not. They don't really feel part of the stream. But Mark has shown me that that's the exact opposite thing. He wants everyone to feel welcome. That's something I learned those first few months with Mark. And here's something I can wrap things up with. And then a song, something even better. This is a video. So, like everybody knows me, they'll say, oh, here he goes talking about Mark again. What the fuck? Well, I can't do a stream like this without mentioning my friend Mark, because of his influence in my modding. I wouldn't be a mod if it wasn't for him. And this is a very good moment I'd like to end on. Let me get it here. This speaking, and also speaking of Twitch Sings. If anybody doesn't know what Twitch Sings was, you're going to get a small taste of it right now. Have some VODs. I want to play this one. And when I started October 27th, my first stream as Mark's mod was when at that time he was doing 3 different types of streams, whereas now he's doing drumming only. But when I first hung out at his streams, he was doing drumming on Mondays. Tuesdays he'd be doing Twitch Sings, and I just happened my first modding. When I first modded for him, he was doing a Twitch Sing stream, and I happen to have. I'm glad I have one, and it's kind of appropriate. It's October, maybe it's a little early, but there's a seed from Twitch Sings that he posted. It's White Christmas, but I want to show it for another reason. There's a couple of reasons actually. Get it up here. Okay, sick. No, we don't want this. What? I got the wrong video lined up. Okay, here we go. White Christmas. Things are getting a little sluggish too, so I think that's another reason I gotta end this very soon. Come on! Anyway, this is slugging out right now. Like I said, I don't know what's going on with this computer right now. It's really getting wonky. Upgrade it soon. Okay, no, I don't want it to start yet. Okay, so, how this is relevant to tonight is that this was Mark's part where he's recording it. This was the very first stream that I modded for him. So on Twitch Sings, he would, this would be part of his normal stream, and he would be recording seeds. He'd be dropping duets. So the person who initiated the duet would be on the left, and then they'd plan it. And this is just I did this after the fact, after it was created, obviously. But this particular where Mark is, I was sitting there. I was his mod for the very first time 3 years ago today, and that means a lot to me. Again, I'm getting emotional about that. Is that night I really wasn't sure about whether I should mod at all, but because the first night, without going into details, I had trouble. I had someone in the chat while this was going on was kind of heckling me because there was some kind of a misunderstanding, and I don't want to go into details. The long and short of it, though, was, I had the authority. Mark had talked to me about that before. Like the big difference is that you have the ability to ban and time out and put up shoutouts and that kind of stuff. But again, like I said, I didn't know what to do at that time because this was all going on while he was recording this. And after he finished recording this, Mark stood up for me right then and there from the very first time I modded for him, and he just said, "Look, lay off. Don't diss my mods. They do good work for me, and just don't listen to what they got to say." That's the gist of what he was saying. I can't remember the exact words. And that simple act gave me a lot of confidence in myself after that, because I was unsure it wasn't just the modding, it was me, you know. And that was, you know, in any friendship, even virtually, there are key moments that happen that change the relationship. And for me, that was the one where Mark became so important, and is. And you know, I love Mark like a brother. And the way he reached out and helped me that night, he knows that, you know, it means meant a great deal then. It means a great deal now. I love you, pal. Thank you for being there, having faith in me. And as an aside, before I get too emotional about it, there's another reason why I look at this video with fondness, is because if you look, anybody knows anything about the mics, if you look at the mic, he has, he just acquired that mic like a week. I wish Mark would, maybe Mark's lurking, I don't know. Maybe a week before this, he had acquired this mic, which is an original SM7. And he was able to get it online. Mark's a huge Michael Jackson fan, big influence on his musical journey. And so he acquired that mic, and this is what this may have been, if not the first stream, it was one of the very first streams where he used it. And I was so happy that he was able to get it, and at a really a really good price for it. So I look at this video very fondly, and I'll play it. So then it's just kind of appropriate in other ways. Christmas is coming, so this is a duet, White Christmas, in my first mod session for my good buddy Mark. One more, man.
Oh my God. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear
So tough for him to sing that low.
sleigh bells in the snow.
I'm
I felt
dreaming
like I was drunk.
of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
I'm dreaming of a white
Get down
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, Father Christmas.
So there you go. Good way to end it. My first mod session with my good buddy. Thank you, Mark. Go. All right, so those of you who've been here, thank you so much for part of my part of my life tonight. It's been a joy to be on Twitch, even though I'm not. Like I said, even though I'm not streaming as much on Twitch, I have never forgotten, nor will I ever forget the fact that most important things in my life, as well as not just my online life, but my IRL life, started here on Twitch. And in my particular case, with my friend Mark, snowballed from that experience. So that's why I really. As each year goes by, very, very thankful for that. And I thank Twitch for that, giving me the opportunity to be, I guess, to grow. And it just blows my mind that Mark was the main person that helped me grow. And that's had a snowball effect to others that I've come across in 3 years as well. And so it's been great, But I'm just, with all the changes right now, it's for me, it's not the same Twitch, which is what I'm commemorating tonight, that I remember 3 years ago. So again, like, I'm gonna just close out by just putting up my. Most of the time now I stream on Kick because I have I enjoy the, it's more like, at least at present, my experience over there is, even though, I just want to end with a kind of final comment. That this is just something I've learned from modding, is that no matter what the situation in life is, there's gonna be shit no matter where you go. And if you avoid it, I think that then you're just going to let it win out. And so that's another reason why I'm streaming more on Kick too, is to take what I've learned here from positivity and love, and to bring it to that platform. And there, like anything else in life, like everywhere you go, there's good and bad everywhere, and there's great people on Kick as well as on Twitch. Surprise, surprise. And, so I also thank my good buddy Darth Rips, for also, he'd be the second person that helped me see that. And as anybody knows, that Darth is streaming now exclusively on Kick. And, he's leading the way. He's doing... he's taking the positivity and love. He's doing Canada and bringing it to a new audience over there. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to dissuade anybody everybody has their own views, and I get it. I do get it. But I just wanted to end it by just saying that, you can do good things no matter where you are. Okay? And I'm doing that with Darth. And there's a lot of other people on Kick that are caught the ball and are doing the same things too, okay? And so that's all I'm saying about that. So I'm streaming more on Kick because I want to carry those vibes that I learned here and to another audience that may not have had that experience. But like I said, I'll be doing certain streams here, special streams. Even though I may not be here as often, because I'll never forget the people here, and never forget the origins here. But anyway, that's my story, such as it is, and I'm now going into almost 4.5 hours. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to find someone to raid.